the most famous and best golfers of all time. I played with you. Why give all that up to make this next run? Why?
Because I think our country is dead. We're a failing nation, and I think we're going to fail completely. We're a nation in decline. I say it during, I use the term, it's a horrible term.
Trump's attorneys have been notified that he has been indicted. This would be a historic first for a former U.S. president to be indicted in any kind of criminal matter. In this case, two sources are telling NBC News that former President Donald Trump has been indicted, and his lawyers have been notified of that. We don't have any indication right now as to what the specific charges are here that the former president has been indicted on. The New York Times is out with a report within the past couple of minutes saying that the indictment remains under seal at this hour. We're trying to verify all that. We'll bring you as much detail on it as we have. But all of this, as you know, Sarah, centers around an investigation into hush money payments that the former president's lawyer paid before the election campaign in 2016, or during the election campaign in 2016, before the election, to Stormy Daniels, the adult film star, $130,000 in hush money to indicate to Stormy Daniels that she should not reveal the details of an alleged affair. The former president has denied that affair. He has denied that the hush money payment was in any way improper or illegal. And we're going to see now a titanic struggle in court as to whether or not this indictment is going to lead to a conviction of the president of the United States, and remember, the former president of the United States. And remember, of course, that an indictment is just an allegation. Those allegations need to be proven in a court of law. The next steps here, Sarah, will be interesting for history, because what you could see for the first time ever is a former United States president being arraigned in a court in Manhattan, being fingerprinted and photographed in the bowels of a courthouse alongside his Secret Service detail, which will be there to protect him even as he's going through this legal process. So we're entering a period in American history that we haven't seen before, Sarah, and we're going to get more information on exactly what these charges are, the status of when this might be unsealed, and when we might learn more about what exactly this case is. But you can imagine that this will set off a titanic legal battle and a titanic political battle now, as the former president, Donald Trump, is running for president again in 2024, now running under indictment, Sarah.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, we have the Trump movie has officially started. And we know the comments that Trump made while he was president and running for the second term. He stated that China and Russia would rise over America, and China would own America. And he also stated that Biden would put a war against oil. But guys, we know this is all the Hegelian dialectic, but those comments were definitely true. We know Biden and Trump are working together in order to get us moved over to the fourth industrial revolution. We know Trump did the executive order for AI, and then we also know Biden did the executive order for crypto. Remember, in order for the eagle to fly, it needs both wings. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you.
Hey, this is signed by people like Elon Musk and Steve Wozniak, who believe the rules of the road in Silicon Valley about move fast and break things. But if they're concerned about it, it gives me pause for thought on this, too. The idea of being able to break into your bank account or trick you into thinking different things, it would be nice to have everybody come together and kind of talk about the rules of the road before we get down on it.
I mean, first of all, 6 months is not just an eternity. It's a road to China's superiority in AI. And, I mean, if we're concerned about the development, it all takes place in the context of an arms race between all of the technology companies around artificial intelligence. And so the idea you take a pause, that the industry would self-regulate, that's unrealistic.
Here in Hong Kong, that's what we're hearing, that there are Chinese state-owned banks that are now either offering digital services in some sort of fashion, and that includes sending, at least in one occasion, sending a sales rep into the crypto firm to discuss what they could provide, or otherwise they're investigating the service. And these are pretty well-known names that we're hearing about, the likes of BOCOM, for instance, Bank of China, Shanghai Pudong Development Bank. These are all the sorts of lenders that apparently are really getting invested in this space right now. But yes, the timing very interesting because, of course, with the collapse of Signature, Silvergate, there was a lot of focus around who could bank these crypto players.
Mainland, I mean, this is quite a big olive branch, right?
Yeah, around 15 months ago, they did ban crypto trading on mainland China, but there has been a lot of, at least, support behind closed doors, perhaps, for the crypto sector in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is really pushing ahead with these plans to become a virtual asset trading hub. It's unlikely they will be doing that without the support of Beijing in some way.
Speaker McCarthy, like you mentioned, sent another letter to the president because it's been almost 2 months since the president sat down with Speaker McCarthy last to talk about how to deal with not just the debt ceiling, but out of control spending in Washington that's driving us to get to this point. I mean, the debt ceiling represents literally the nation's credit card getting maxed out. So you don't solve that problem by giving the president another credit card to go max out. I think everybody in America gets that. You also got to get control over spending as you're talking about the debt ceiling. So we laid out a number of things that will do that. For example, work requirements. Right now, the federal government's paying billions of dollars to pay millions of people to sit at home and not work when everybody's looking for workers. But not only is that bad for the economy and for rising inflation, it hurts Social Security because those people aren't paying into Social Security. They're taking money out of the taxpayer's pocket. So there's a lot of good opportunities for us to have a negotiation on the debt ceiling. President Biden's just got to do his job. He is trying to run out the clock right now and create a debt crisis. That's not good for our country. So that's what Speaker McCarthy was doing, was just saying, look, it's time for us to get back to work.
And guys, we have the rise of AI right along with Bitcoin and crypto. We know the sheep have no idea on the pace of this technology. And by the time the sheep wake up, the robots, algorithms, and drones would have taken over the economy. And we know the sheep will have no choice but to go inside the metaverse. And we see Hong Kong becoming a hub for crypto. And we know China is using Hong Kong as an extension of the mainland. And we know why we're having this banking crisis in the mainstream media. We know they throw in Bitcoin and crypto right along with it. And we know the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. We know the old banking model is out the window, the fee base. And now, because you're going to have real-time settlement, no more overdraft fees, no more bounce checks, and that's billions and billions of dollars that are going to be gone. So that's the reason why we're going to have a big consolidation, but we know the NWO has to set up the distraction. So the masses are looking one way, and we know the NWO is building this digital transformation. And we know we're one crisis away. And we hear those drums are beating. But the main distraction that we have in front of us, of course, is Trump and the debt ceiling. And we know anything in front of us they want us to see, the sheep. So therefore, they're distracted while they're working on the bigger plan, the bigger main event. Because the dollar is going to be losing its power, they know they have to cut back on spending. But we know they can't tell the people that they're broke. So, of course, what do we get? Another movie. So basically, while the debt ceiling is getting approved, liquidity is going to shrink out the market. So that means the stock market and cryptos are going to take a big hit. That's the reason why I state we have definitely not hit the lows. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But remember, Janet Yellen stated we were broke back on January 19th. And we know in 3 months we're going to be completely broke. At least that's the narrative. So the back half of this year, guys, we're going to be going through a roller coaster ride. And not only that, guys, we're going to be in a movie. Remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, And then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.